What we have found after we had actually did the functional screening with MedStar is that a lot of our players had some deficiencies and also were weak. One week in their core, another week in their lateral movement. So with the band workout, we wanted to make sure that we was doing the right exercises to deal with some of these weaknesses. Some of the players are going through this for the first time. So it's very important, one, that we make this a non-negotiable. The second thing we have to do is make sure there's a continued repetitive learning. So each player taking home a band to make sure they continue to work on these exercises. How does this help? It helps them, one, with their injury prevention. The other one is going to help their strength. Very, very important that our players are not only flexible to stretching, but also are able to be strong enough to handle those games, especially when they fatigue. It's very important that our players, especially in the academy, really have a good understanding of what they're doing, especially when it comes to the ladder work. It is amazing because a lot of them we found is that when they're transitioning from the ladder work and going into a regular drill, they're not really kind of focusing on that foot speed, moving the balance. So what we've done is really kind of made sure they have a good understanding, able to relate and have a complex use. Players especially, they go through these ladders, they work hard, they do their sharpness, but they have to make sure that there's a progression of the ladder moving into every drill. So the sharpness work is very important. After we finish the ladder work with the players, we want to kind of really do some more conditioning stuff, but also throw some skills in there. One of the groups we had, the top group, we had them working on their turns, working on their skill, different types of turns. That second group, toe taps, but also making sure they understand that they're the space in between themselves and the ball and the toe taps is very important. That keeps them good sight view. The last group, core. MedStar, after the functional screening, realizing that, okay, these young people, they have a very weak core, so we're going to work on it. So what we've done is made this also a part of our curriculum setting. Once we've gone through the skill workout or the ball mastery, which is very, very important. The same thing with the pieces, some of the words that we use in this transition, getting them to doing that shift work and transition if it's going from defense to offense. So we give them 3 seconds to make sure that they understand that transitional play, so get into that next drill.
Good. Hang in there. Transition, 3 seconds. 2, 3.
After we work with the players to skill and a little bit of core, what we wanted to do was work on their sharpness, but also their focus was very, very important. So what we done, we challenged them a little bit.
Come on.
We gave them 3 whistles. The first whistle, sharpness, run, sharp, on the spot,
Let's go. Don't look around
moving the
you.
arms, looking for balance, quick feet. Second whistle for them to rest. Rest. And resting was just kind of like nice and easy. Third whistle was get off the mark. What had happened and what we saw was a little lack of focus in some of them. They're so used to running on the spot fast, then that second whistle, they sprint. And usually that happens in games. Usually what happens is that they may take a sprint and they're always at either stop-start motion, or they're always jogging and then sprinting. So we wanted to test to see their focus, but also test to see how sharp they'll be able to get off the mark.
Yes, good.
Once we finish the sharpness work, I want to put the ball at their feet. We have 3 moments of the game that we really focus on. The first moment, they
drop
have the
that
ball.
shoulder, drop that shoulder and sell it.
The other team has it. Third moment, we got to get that ball back. So everything that we are doing in this first 2 weeks of preseason was them being comfortable with the ball at their feet. The first exercise in the one-on-ones was that getting them feel comfortable. What do they, what are they comfortable with? What do they do well? And if they do well, perfect it. and do everything.
Salad,
it takes.
yes,
If
good.
it's a
That's
step
better.
over, going
Salad.
right to left or left to right.
Watch your side. Watch your side. So do it
Right
earlier.
after that, what we done was introducing
Yes, good. Earlier.
to them
Earlier.
a wall
Earlier.
pass,
Push up on the space. Space.
clipping balls, knocking
Space.
balls with the outside of the foot because they run in that motion.
Let's go. Let's go.
Knocking
Ball
the
to
ball from the
space.
outside, but also the player receiving, playing balls into space. A lot of pieces here and a lot of learning points here, and we know by once we finish this preseason, it's going to get a lot better.
Yes,
A lot of
good.
them was playing balls
Hit the space.
and trying to hit the player and not hitting the space. A lot of them was playing
right,
balls
that's right,
too
good.
late.
Don't hit the player,
ball
hit the space.
going to the wall, or the person delivering the wall pass
Outside
is
the
either
foot,
too
good.
low or too slow.
Space, yes, that's
Getting
right,
them
that's
to
right, I'll take
understand
that.
space created, ball
Outside
in,
foot,
then the
good.
player arrives.
That's okay,
Getting them
good.
comfortable and doing things outside their norm,
Hey, that makes sense.
and really getting them familiar,
side. Yeah,
with
you
some
can't
of
put it
these
in front of
skills.
them.
Next exercise was our topic of the
Zone 7.
evening, and what our topic
Zone 8.
was getting them to getting used to playing through their zones, getting used to having good balance. One group was in a zone set up in a 4-4-2,
Zone 8.
simulated field.
Patient.
The other group in blue, they were the chasers. They were the defensive group, but they had to follow the
Fine,
line
zone
of the
8, good.
ball.
Zone 5.
What we was
Patient.
doing was shouting out zone
Patient.
to zone. So
Patient.
if they had to get it in zone 1, which is the first zone left to the goalkeeper.
Patient, Maggie.
And
Don't
then we'll
lose it.
shout out
Patient.
zone 6.
Play what you see.
The
Come on, Maggie.
objective was to find a way to
And
get to the execution, get to zone 6.
Zone 3.
How are we going to get that ball to zone 6 without panicking, without losing control of the ball, and without getting
Patient,
out of the
patient,
first
looking for
moment,
zone 3.
which is
Patient.
the player having possession of the ball, the team having possession of the ball. What we found is that once they started,
Zone 5.
they just wanted to clip that ball in zone 6 or zone 8 right away. They didn't
Find zone
realize is
5.
that they had to unbalance
Zone 1.
the team in blue, and then took the time
Zone
to get
3.
around. So that value of possession, right? The
Zone 3.
execution. I'm holding the ball long enough
Patient,
to
patient,
get
patient,
it into
patient.
the zone,
And
my
stop.
execution zone. After we finished and going to the last part of the session, the one thing I wanted to do, and especially with the players, was getting the parents involved. All the parents will go through the understanding of the game, the curriculum, and also how to reflect with their players. So what we decided is that, let's do some team building. Let's get the players and the parents working together, because it's very important. The parents, if we don't educate the parents on the game, once they go to reflection, if it's a bad game, if it's a great game, the parents are not going to know what those conversations are going to look like. So what we really decided is that, let's get them bonding together at the end of each week of preseason, getting them to get familiar with each other, getting them to know each other as parents and as players. It is so crucial, having fun, getting them to enjoy the game. This will help bring a social and emotional connection to the game, which has been lost for a long time. And this is why we're doing these exercises. This is why we're doing this team building, to get them bonding together. And we will do a lot more of this.
Oh, no. No, you better fix it. Okay. Yes. All right. Make the number 9. Go, number 9.
Circle. You gotta do the tail. Circle. Somebody go a line. There we go. You got the line.
They want over that side. Make the letter H. Go, letter H.
Who's in the middle?
Parents got that. Make a pyramid. You cannot do the same pyramid you just tried. Go. Good. Okay. Build another pyramid. You can't do the same pyramid. Go. Build a pyramid.